it's Debbie from Kip's Corner. Welcome back. When last we left off, I had just about finished the mixed media board. This is a mixed media chipboard. And I was leaving you to go work on it some more and glue down my dragonflies. So I've got my dragonflies glued down. I added some leaf appliques here on the bottom and put this guy on top of one, and then I went ahead and added the baby. I think I talked about that. Once I got those added on, I sprayed this with a matte sealant. Then I came back and added, I may have done that beforehand, but anyway, added some micro beads. So I've got some micro beads there, and there, and there, and there. And there's some tucked under there. Then I decided it needed a little bit of sheen to it because it was a little too dull, because I used a matte fixative, matte sealant. And so I went back in and added just a little bit of wax, a little more wax. You can see kind of brought the shine back to the dragonflies and then to the tops of some of the leaves. And then let's see if I can catch it. There we go. I added some embossing around this this darker green kind of frame line all the way around. And then I went in and added it to my base. So here's the fabric that I was planning to use. It's kind of a chenille. It's really soft. It's a beautiful fabric. It's got really neat colors to it too. But the board just on top of just the fabric needed a little something. So I added this doily here to underneath the board and then around the spine. So our spine has a little asymmetrical kind of doily. And then I put a little bitty tiny lace right here. And she's done. She's done as far as she's going to be done. I do still have book corners to add. I'm going to use the copper colored book corners, so they'll look like that. There. And inside papers and all that. I do all of that after I've sewn the book in. Now normally I would add, this is a Tim Holtz knob, and this is what I'll use as a closure. And normally I would add this as one of the very last things I do. However, I have learned that when I get ready to punch the hole with my crocodile, that if this board is already on here, it's in the way. The crocodile has a little lip that you can't, so then I can't kind of get to the bottom because this is in the way. So I went ahead and punched my hole. I just loosely put this, it comes right off. I just loosely put this on for now so that I had it there for placement. Then I added the board to the book so I could get it centered correctly, and then this wasn't in my way. Because you can see it's kind of thick, so it has, it's easy to get in the way. So now what I'll do when I get ready to put my end paper on the inside, I'll take this off, put a hole in the paper, and then put the two pieces back together. And when I do that, I usually put a drop of Glossy Accents or E6000, one of those, inside the shaft of this as I'm screwing these on so that they're nice and snug, not going anywhere. So that's it. That's the cover so far. And so now I'm ready to start working on the inside. That's what's here. This piece is going to be a design team project for Susan Taylor Brown. Her shop on Etsy is called Poppiness. And I'm going to be using two of her kits. I'm going to be using green marble and Sea Bright. Sea Bright is an eco print kit that has some beautiful imagery. I'll show you some of them. I don't have everything printed out, but I will show you some. And then green marble it's marbling. It's green marbling. In addition to those, I'll also be using, just to get some dragonflies in here, I'll also be using Artie Mays' Dragonfly Dreams. Dragonfly Dreams. So let me show you what I've got. This is how I start the process of figuring out what I want inside the book. I've gone through and decided on what there'll be 3 signatures. And I've decided what my 3 base signature covers, not covers, but first pages will be. So let me show you what I've got here. This is from the green marble kit. Let's get it in there, right? And it's beautiful. It's got, I don't know if you can see that, it's got lettering all over it. It's beautiful. And here is that same version with lines. This is another, so and I will go through more and tell you more about the green marble kit when I do the flip through. But the bottom line is you have there's multiple pages inside each of these, and then there's also pages of tags and pages of labels. I've got a couple of them I printed out here. I'll show you. And then what I've done, so this is just 2 of the green marbles. What I've done is printed them double-sided on top of some of the Dragonfly, oops, that's upside down, some of the Dragonfly Dreams pages from, that one's upside down too, from Artie Mays' kit. So those will be inside. Those are pages that'll be inside the book. And then I've started playing with some other things. I'll show you that in a minute. This is just my stack of stuff I've just pulled, set aside. Here you can see, here's some more of the green marbling. These are the tags. I don't have them completely cut out yet, but these are some of the tags. Gorgeous. Here's some more tags. And some of these I printed out on just cream colored copy paper, and then also a cream colored cardstock. So I've just got these printed out. I've got them ready to kind of start playing with. And I've got some of Andrea's ephemera cut out, or started to cut out as well. Some of the pieces, beautiful envelope. So some of the pieces will be inside. Then here, I found this beautiful dragonfly image from the Graphics Fairy, and I added it to one of Susan's Seabright pages. And so here's the Seabright page, and he's got a dragonfly on top. And so then I printed it out. And on the inside, I've got more lined paper from green marble. So that'll be 1 page in the book. You can tell I'm kind of playing here. Got some tags cut. Here's another page. Here's a page of different labels and smaller tags. And here's what a large tag looks like. So you can see, here's another page from Seabright. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't that beautiful? You can see what some of these look like and what I will get to play with. So that's kind of where I am. The rest of these are, my printer doesn't like me. Look, it stopped. So I've got to go back and do some more printing, because I don't know if my printer will like me the next time I go back to do more printing or not. We'll see. Then I went through some of the books that I have, basically looking for dragonflies, and these are just some of the things that I have found. I've got some things here that I can do something with. That's just a piece of paper. This is from Edith Holden. A beautiful dragonfly there, so I'll be able to do something with that. Here's another one from Edith Holden. Another beautiful dragonfly, and they're very different, so that'll be fun. This page has some dragonflies on it. This is a dictionary page with where the word dragonfly is in an old dictionary page. And then this is from another book I've got. There's some dragonflies there. And I think there's a great big dragonfly somewhere. Ah, there. So those are pages that I will either use somehow, some way, shape, form. And then I've also got some tea-dyed paper here. This is just from my last batch. I won't use all of it, of course, but in this batch, I did some, let's see, some of these are really a lot prettier than others. I did some, here we go. Let me put that up there. I don't know if that's showing up or not. It's got a cool pattern in it. So these are some tea-dyed papers. Lots of splotchies. This is through some plastic tablecloth. They weren't tablecloths, they were placemats, some plastic placemats. So there's some cool splotchiness going on there, and there's some weird lines going on. So I'll go through and pick out a few of these, and there will be tea-dyed papers in there as well. Or coffee. No, I think that was tea. Okay, so that's it. That's where I am. Oh, let me show you this. Here, let me get my stack back here. Get my stack back in order. These are things that I have started to play with. So this is a tag. Something stuck to my finger here. This is a tag that I made. This is just a piece of chipboard that I cut out from Tim Holtz Biggs die that I have. And then I embossed a piece of scrapbook paper, put some wax on it, put this is one of the fat We Are Memory Keepers eyelets. And then I added some lace and some cheesecloth and a little dragonfly. So there's a tag. Here's a tag that's just from a paper pad that I had that I just had to cut it out. This is from a Stamperia paper pad. This is a Tim Holtz die that I cut out using Sea Bright. So the paper was Sea Bright, and I'll use this somewhere in the book, and it's slots. And once you glue this down, you can tuck things into all of these slots. This was a coppery kind of colored envelope that I embossed and kind of chopped off the top, so I have a little pocket. I added some ink to the top to give some dimension to the embossed, and then of course added a dragonfly. And back here in the back, this is a piece of some of the green marbled paper, and I think there's a little tiny piece of lace there. This is a handmade paper that I had. It was left over. It was an 8.5 by 11 sheet left over, and it's got these green leaves on it. I just thought they were so pretty, and they kind of work, right? Sort of. Yeah, sort of. And then I just added the dragonfly to the top. So that's a sheet that's ready to go. Here's another one that's ready to go. I did the same thing. This is just a piece of tea-dyed. It's got a kind of a texture. It has a texture, a visual texture, and a texture in this paper. It was in my stash. I don't even know when I tea-dyed it or where it came from. But anyway, I have a Tim Holtz stencil here that is sort of this floral pattern. And I cut that out with the stencil, or with the, not stencil, die, a Tim Holtz die. It's a Thinlits die. I cut that out with a piece of the Sea Bright paper, so I have kind of all this coloring going on. Glued it on the top of this paper, and then added a butterfly or dragonfly. So that'll be fun to add in there. That's just some paper. These are just some envelopes I had that I thought, well, maybe I can do something with them. We'll see. And it's actually stationary where there's matching paper. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's got a really cool texture to it. And it's also really old. So it's got a very, almost like cloth-like feel to it. So I have a couple sheets of that. We'll play, we'll see. And then this is a pocket that I made a while ago from a player piano roll. And it's just got washi. There's little pockets here on the inside. So we'll tuck one of those in there. And that's where I am. So I have a lot of work to do. I'm going to start putting together the actual pages. And then once I get done with that, and this is just me sort of putzing around here, but once I get done with the pages, then I'll go back through and make more tags and think about pockets and decorating and things like that. And so I'll come back to you then and we'll go through that. But that's the update. That's where I am. And I'm really happy with the way she's turned out so far. We're going to have to give her a name. Dragonfly seems too obvious, doesn't it? Of course, Andrea's kit is called Dragonfly Dreams. So maybe that's what we'll just call the journals, Dragonfly Dreams. So until then, until I'm ready to start working on some things. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything in particular that you would like to see me work on. I'm more than happy to try to film it, and I'll be back. Thank you. Bye.